here in the top right hand corner. The red Protoss is currently spawning. The young prodigy is MAXPAX. And talking about young prodigies, in the bottom left hand corner, former world champion, it's the blue Zerg. It is Reynor. Just gonna say former because, like, it's been a while. I know he's reigning world champion. StarCraft ever-changing meta requires you to improve constantly. And we've had histories of world champions who couldn't really perform the year after. Let's all think about, like, Rogue. And to some extent even Cyril, I think. He didn't really perform as well the year after he was a crowned world champion. It's complicated. It's not just performance or trophies earned. It's just the amount of dominance that he was showing the year before and he didn't show the year after. And to some extent, I think we should say the same about Reynor. We have a pretty standard opener on both sides. Well, something has to be said also about this player because he's really rising to some new levels. Of course, it really shows he's putting much more work into his StarCraft. And honestly, it's quite a sight. It's beautiful to see these kind of young players ever improving, constantly making to better achievements, I'd say, in their tournament history. Here on Baggett Industries though, not an easy map to play for both these races in this matchup. Of course, it's gonna be a Stargate opener, just trying to get a little bit more control, trying to avoid some very dangerous positions you can walk with your army into. And of course, gaining early map control. The shorter the map is, the better it is. Yeah, the wall is kind of open, but these two links, I don't think they're gonna do much. He's a full scout. Reynor is gonna check what is up, he knows it's a target now. I don't think he's gonna change the way he's gonna play this as much. But yeah, he knows it's a target. And it's a Void Ray first, not an Oracle. Not surprising to me. Because of course you want to slow down any aggressive approach. Or stop any scouting information being gained from Reynor. With the overloads, as you can see on the right side over here. Wow, a shade from here went all the way here. Alright. Reynor still making links, taking control of stuff, that's just his style. He's always sharking around, trying to get something done. A beautiful shade over there. Gonna check the position of these links, but of course, oh, what? Yeah, they almost got in. And here is where the Void Ray shines. Early defenses. It might not be the best unit against Zerglings, but in that scenario, even just one Void Ray was far more than enough to deal with all these links. First Oracle is flying over the map, over here. Reynor caught a glimpse of it with his links. Of course, the natural is gonna be completely empty. MAXPAX will have to try somewhere else, but yeah, over here, there's not much you can do. Two queens, of course, are gonna stop MAXPAX Oracle from ever getting damage. Here comes the Void Ray again in clutch. But they get something done, but yeah, whoa. We have an interesting upgrade over here. Very interesting upgrade. It's +1 air weapons ongoing for MAXPAX. Yeah, that is going to mean we're going to have a lot of Void Rays flying up in the air. While Reynor is already marching with his queens. Yeah, I guess PvZ kind of never changes, right? Once it finds a new way to be played, it's always played like that. Yeah, but the queen's not gonna make... It's not gonna be a long walk, that's what I meant. Of course, there's no shield battery here, full of energy. Oh, there's one in the natural though, the one in the fur base is gonna be depleted. The one in the natural is also very close to being depleted. Shield battery overcharge is yet available and is right here. The queens ever transfusing each other to keep on fighting these void rays. But it seems like this one last transfuse is available to keep that one queen alive. The one queen is going to fall. Shield battery overcharge finally finishes. And it's time these queens get a little bit of payback. MAXPAX will hold, but he will lose his fur base for it, and this Oracle is not really faring that better. It has 4 kills, I think those kills are lanes, but yeah, these other lanes can never get in. Hydra then incoming, that's the answer from Reynor to the +1 air attack that MAXPAX is preparing, and Reynor knows it. He saw that cybernetic core spinning around. Oh. Yeah, the Oracle survives. Just barely, but it survives. Muscular Augment at the ready, even an Evo Chamber and a Baneling Nest for Reynor to start taking even more control, build up a fast army. Just overwhelm MAXPAX with swarm numbers. Reynor is in a very good spot right now. MAXPAX needs to buy a lot more time. And time is a precious resource in this game, which Reynor is very good at controlling. The shades will not get through, they will not get damage, and they will not get scouting. MAXPAX is not really on much information. He's not really working on much information. While Reynor, yeah, he might not have Banelings at the ready. Well, he will have Banelings at the ready. There will be slow Banelings though. He might not have centrifugal hooks at the ready. Let's call it like that. But he's still gonna have quite a powerful counter to what MAXPAX has been building into. And here comes the recall. The static defense here at this base has been defeated, sorry. But of course, it bought enough time for MAXPAX to get his recall up and summon his Void Ray to help him defend. 8 probes are going to fall. The Banelings still trying to work around while these queens, oh my god, the numbers are pretty damn high. 11 probes have been falling down, more Banelings in the making. They might not be very fast, but they can break down a wall just as easily. 2 Tempests and 2 Disruptors being made at the time. MAXPAX might need a little bit of a miracle. Disruptors, of course, are very good against low queens. That one Purification Nova didn't hit much though. And now there's a Disruptor blocking the buff into the natural. That's kind of never what you want. Shield Body Overcharge should be available. The queens are still trying to make them march, blocking a little bit too many Hydras out of there. Oh, that one Tempest might have fared a little bit too far. The wall is now open. The pylon goes down. MAXPAX, I think is holding, but even just barely. Like, Shield Battery Overcharge is still available. The one Shield Battery is still powered. The queens are hitting at the wall. There's not many Hydras out there right now. The Tempests are right there behind everything to try and hit down these queens. Of course, the Disruption Novas are gonna always hit jackpot. These queens not really made for dodging Purification Novas, while the Void Rays keep on coming and keep on defending. Shield Body Overcharge is gonna keep most of this air army alive, while everything on the ground for Reynor is gonna be shooed away. It is a hold, indeed. Oh boy, but what's the price for holding off high? MAXPAX paid with a fur base and a lot of key structures and army just to stay in this game. Reynor might have lost a lot of queens, but he's still in a fairly decent spot. How many queens does he have right now? Oh yeah, he lost all of his queens. Yeah, that was kind of a lean, right? But it dealt enough damage to still be fine. Creep is just barely touching the fur base of MAXPAX. Like, that is a lot of creep. And MAXPAX wasn't pretty much never able to do anything about it. I don't think he has even an observer. Yeah, he has two. Well, yeah, one over here, one over here. But he never put an observer on creep to actively push it back. And now he's still turtling for those late game units. Carriers and Tempests are in the making out of 3 Stargates. There's 3, maybe there are 4. Actually, there are 2. Yeah, I can't count, guys. 6 Vipers? Yeah, whatever, Reynor. Like, that's a lot of parasitic bombs. Lynx trying to go under this air army, find a way into the natural. Finally, +2 air weapons is gonna be started by MAXPAX, but oh boy, there's gonna be a lot of army for Reynor before that can happen. Oh, this Binley nest. It's getting very intensely consumed. Oh, Spore Crawler time. Oh, farewell, Spore Crawler. You've been a solid ally. Not anymore. It's a lot of queens and a lot of Hydra, sorry. And they're just walking on creep around the bases of MAXPAX because that's how much creep Reynor has put down on this map. To be honest, Aspire as a fallback plan is a very good idea. Reynor is definitely not a lean on this. He has a lot of army. And it's going to be a Dux. Oh wow, it's going to be feedbacks apparently. Well, here comes a lot of Purification Novas, speeding on the acceleration zone, but not speeding fast enough, and here is so many of Dogs, so many Vipers, so much control. Oh boy. Oh boy. That definitely hurts. And now just Evil Chambers being put everywhere as batteries for these Vipers. And yeah, there's 2 High Templars ready to feed back down those Vipers. Still a lot of damage onto the others with the Purification Novas. MAXPAX really doing a great job at defending right now. I don't really think that it was worth for Reynor, to be completely honest. Like, yeah, he's only losing Hydras. Oh, the feedbacks though. The feedbacks. As well as the Tempest, these Vipers are not really in great shape. Oh, and more feedbacks. More Tempest shots. Oh, the Viper actually survives. Beautiful, beautiful. Force fields are gonna lock so much of the army of Reynor out of there. But yeah, that wall is not a wall. That wall is not a wall, guys. Yeah, that is that is not great. It's not the worst, but it's not great. Yeah, now it's worse. Now it's definitely the worst. Tempest being abducted into everything. The Storm is gonna hit the jackpot. But there's not much energy on these High Templars, and there's not much more AoE damage on this army. The Voidwizards are gonna try their best with their +2 upgrades to keep down Reynor's army, but so much has been falling apart for MAXPAX. 12 prods falling down. GG gets gold, and it was a good run. But Reynor takes game number 1. It's match point time. Here in the bottom right hand corner on Blackburn, the Italian Blue Zerg is currently spawning 1 win away from getting the whole series. It's Reynor. His opponent in the red, here in the bottom left, the Protoss player trying to win 2 in a row. Let's see if he can handle it. It's MAXPAX. Alright guys, we gotta have a talk about this. We have to. What is going on here? Yeah. Alright. Alright. Yeah, Reynor. Whatever. Do as you please. And this is practice tool, right? Nah, man. It's not. It's a group stage. Oh, yeah. It's about to be some trouble. Or not. Is it going to be a proxy? Oh, yeah. Oh. Alright, I would love to cast this a little bit more intense, but in the end, Reynor doesn't really want to do anything too crazy. He has a spawning pool going on back home. He has already an, quotes, natural in the making. He just wants to be a little bit annoying, checking that his opponent is not going for something aggressive. Oh yeah, that would have been beautiful. But that doesn't happen. Oh, doesn't have 300. This is just bamboozling MAXPAX out of his mind. Oh, almost. Well, on Blackburn there's a ramp, so you cannot block the wall with an archery. Archery is too big. But that would have been beautiful. Anyway, 2 probes wasted chasing this drone around. And even a Zealot being made first, while Reynor is gonna recover all of that very quickly with this. Of course, yeah, MAXPAX knows about it, and yeah, look at this train of drones just going straight for the golden. Where's the Zealot at? Yeah, the Zealot is gonna have a pretty easy time handling this, to be honest. Oh yeah, the Queen is down. 2 links. Well, it's gonna be 6 in a very short time. And here are the other 4. And that's a surround. And that's a dead Zealot. Oh, the Adept on the other side, but the Queen is already on top of the job. Drones being pulled behind, and not a single drone is gonna fall for this yet. MAXPAX is gonna get one. Wait a second. That one drone survived? Are you really saying that one drone survived and was able to drop down a hatchery over here, and now a lot of lanes are making their way and MAXPAX was forced into a full wall of? Alright, this game is wild, boys. And girls, of course. I'm a little bit at disbelief about what I'm seeing right now, but yeah, this wall-off is definitely not going down. That's 2 adapts in this wall, soon to be 3. This is not going down. This archer over here is nothing more than an annoyance, to be completely honest. Another adapt is trying to shade around, trying to still get some damage done. How many kills does he have? Just 1. And of course it's just 1 drone. More lanes are incoming. A lot of lanes are in the making actually. Taking the golden base to have even more minerals to keep on swarming his opponent and even having a full back plan. Reynor is kind of a lane on this. He has 17 workers and is not gonna break through. He has to snap out of this immediately if he wants to have a chance in this game. This is not really working. Is it? Yeah, this wall-off is not going down. Yeah, this gateway might go down. It's not enough. There's another shield battery going up. This gateway might fall, but there's... How many adepts is this? 3 adepts. Oh, the Terminator score is kind of bruised. This shield battery is just in range. 7 in its score. I think it will complete work gate. Will it though? Oh, will it though? It will not. He's a kind of a disaster. Suddenly Reynor in a much better position than he was before. He's still not in a very good position, but he's in a decent position. Meanwhile, in the main, there's a freaking Queen and a bunch of lanes taking probes down. Yeah, this has been kind of beautiful from Reynor, but I gotta admit that MAXPAX probably should have done a little bit better on this. This Void Ray and Oracle, of course, are not going to kill Lings fast enough to stop them from getting probes. And at this stage, probably the best bet is just prismatic alignment and try to kill this archery as fast as possible. Meanwhile, over here, the Wolof is still going. MAXPAX playing Sin City and blocking even with a Vespian Geyser over here. And there's one single Zealot. It's not gonna do much aside from surviving half an hour and killing like 6 Lings. So yeah, it was probably doing enough. shield batteries, of course, are gonna help with that, but the lack of a cybernetic score means no adapt in this defense for a little while. Oh, and this adapt is going down. A little bit more losses for MAXPAX, and now Reynor is still trying to get on top of probes, still trying to do as much as possible. Leans getting into the main to try and hit at those probes away from the shield battery's range. And in the end, I want to say this was worth for Reynor. I really want to. But to be completely honest, like, if he didn't kill the cybernetic score, this might as well be GG. Him killing that one cybernetic score was absolutely game changing. Now he just doesn't straight up lose. He has a spore crawler in his main. He has one in his golden base. I was about to say natural, but yeah, I really can't. And now oracles are looking for a chance to strike maybe at drones, maybe queens, or maybe even snipe down a base, since the one in the actual natural doesn't really have a lot of health yet. 2 drones are going to fall, probes still falling left and right, and look at these, the leans. I don't think they can actually stop these nexus from going up, but they can get a little bit of damage going on. The cancel from MAXPAX is absolutely perfect, and now the Void Ray really trying his best to keep this base from going down. Buster Beam activation on the Oracle. It is gonna be close, but it is going to be a cancel. And Reynor takes another very good trade. And how does he get away with this? I have no idea, guys. But that's another train of drones. And this Nexus might have to be immediately cancelled. Another probe goes down. Oracles and Void Rays, of course, gonna keep on killing these links until they just don't run away. Oh, Oracles in the natural. You're gonna get 4 drones, but the Queens will be there in time to shoot these Oracles away. MAXPAX still unable to take his third base. Looks like at last he's gonna take it, but Reynor has bought himself enough time to even start a lair back home. While, of course, he was dealing the damage he was dealing. Alright. This is a wild game. This is I didn't ask for it, but I'm glad I had it. Alright, Spore Crawlers now trying to keep these oracles away. I think MAXPAX got a single kill there. But yeah, not gonna really be game changing. Now finally Reynor is ahead in workers, which is quite an accomplishment considering what has been going on in the earlier stages of this game. And yeah, the Scene City for MAXPAX over here, that is one tough base to break down, right? You need to take trades at the throat where you can. But Reynor is getting more pieces of the puzzle together. The Baneley Nest halfway through, as well as an Evo Chamber almost finished. And here comes the Hydra Den with the lair being finished. Reynor, I'd say, is kind of on par tech-wise once the Baneley Nest and Hydra Den completes. Of course, Archons are gonna be a tough unit to deal with in this stage of the game. But you know what? One thing that Reynor has not been really doing well is Creep. Creep is not in a good spot. His army might be caught a little bit off guard by MAXPAX, who's now pushing on Creep with a Warp Prison behind it. Banelings in the making, that's a lot of Queens over here. And there's not really much that can keep these units from MAXPAX alive. Charge is done for the Zealots, so they can get on top of many things. Prismatic Beam alignment is not gonna really do much. Not Prismatic Beam, just Prismatic alignment. But yeah, that's a lot of Banelings, that's a lot of Queens, and MAXPAX retreating with its tail between its legs. Immortals in the making as well, but there's no roaches inside. These Immortals might not really get the value that MAXPAX wants. While Storm is definitely a good choice over here. And it's really hard to break it. There's no Spire. It's an Infestation Pit in the making. Reynor wants to get a hive as fast as possible to drop down a lurker then, and there was all those juicy upgrades for his lurkers. As well as getting +1 ranged, well, missile attack. As well as a second Evo chamber. Oh, centrifugal looks in the making too, for allowing these banelings to struggle a little bit less at getting connection. Oh, the Overseer is not a fast boy. He's definitely going to die. Look at these MAXPAX breaking down a little bit of his Sin City to allow his thicker units to get out of the base. Of course, Reynor now with a very commanding economy lead. He's just gonna have to hold for a little while. Make sure to have some scouting done. Make sure to keep MAXPAX on his toes with a couple of run-bys, which are the house specialty. Oh, yeah, the wall is open. Oh, this one is mortal. Oh, this one immortal. There's a lot of shield batteries over there. Reynor might as well just ignore them and go straight into the main. Gonna find a Zealot. Not much more. A lot of scouting information, yes, but nothing he wasn't already expecting. MAXPAX looking to get a 4th base at last. This Observer is keeping everything on check. Reynor finally getting a little bit more creep tumors. But yeah, the very scary thing out of Reynor's game right now is just his economy. Like, how did he manage to get away with such a aggressive early game and have such a strong economy right now? There's a lot of lurkers in the making, and I don't really see a way for MAXPAX to deal with it. That's a lot of Zealots. Oh, a pincer move from MAXPAX. Oh, look at those swarms. The banelings might get a lot of connections, but most of them were dead before doing actually anything significant. Lurkers getting in position, and now finally Reynor can deal with the run by only 3 drones have been killed over there. But there's not a real way MAXPAX can break down these lurkers even without range. They're just too high in numbers. And this run by is going to be shooed away. Reynor might want to park a lurker in his golden base for a little while just to make sure that his Vespene Geyser income doesn't go lower than this. Oh, lurker is slightly out of range. Yeah, finally he has range upgrade, and now he can set up kind of a concave of lurkers. Oh, look at the damage going on into that choke point. And lurkers might want to snipe down the Nexus. Can they reach there? Oh yes, one of them can. Actually, 2 of them can. And the MAXPAX is basically kind of pincered. Like, he cannot move out of there. He can try to work around, like with these Warp Prism harassment over here in main. To be honest, there's not really much that can be done. The Warp Prism is going to be killed. A huge fight is gonna happen over here. Lurkers retreating to fight with their fellows. A lot of lurkers are going to fall, but so will a lot of the ground army of MAXPAX. I'd say this is a good trade for MAXPAX overall. Still, Zealots in the main, still getting damage done. 13 drones have been killed. And suddenly, the commanding economical lead Reynor had, it's not looking so commanding anymore. It's not looking like he has a lot of lurkers. He's still working on choke points. The army of MAXPAX is not really that strong as well, but he has spellcasters. And yeah, High Templars can decimate a Zerg army very fast if they know what they're doing. Lanes trying to get around and trying to get some damage done. Storms getting on top of both Queens and Lurkers. But yeah, these Lurkers are absolutely destroying the Zealots with their upgrades. Well, the Archons are finally in. But can they get enough damage? I don't think they can. Reynor recovering from these, and he's gonna snipe down these Nexus. Adrenal glands Who needs it? It's still in the making. Imagine when he has that. How much damage he can deal with these run-bys. 7 probes are going to fall. And Reynor still holds dear all of his bases. Losing a little bit too many drones, but still, again, in economical lead. Another Nexus is going to be cancelled. Now Adrenal Glands is made, and these lanes do back a punch. They're gonna have a tough time retreating. But they will indeed survive to fight another day. And Creep Tumors, talking about retreating, Creep Tumors have finally been receding a little bit after MAXPAX efforts. Now another double attack over here. One on the top and one in the bottom. The lanes still gonna get past the army of MAXPAX, but MAXPAX is looking ready to strike in 2 different positions. Lurkers in a concave are gonna stop this army from marching forward. Meanwhile, the lanes, they want another taste at these Nexus. And will they let it finish? Oh, Adrenal Glands and +2, baby. They deal a lot of damage, but the reinforcements are there for MAXPAX. And they're gonna stop the Lynx from killing yet another base. MAXPAX moving on the bottom while Reynor is moving on the top. We have a split map situation, top to bottom. Not exactly what we're used to see on Blackbird. But in the end, Reynor might want to pincer move this Protoss army here in the middle. These Lurkers dealing a lot of damage, but they're not dealing enough damage. The Void Rays and the Archons really doing a lot of job. The Concave was not strong enough, and so wasn't the choke point. These Lurkers over here are gonna be finally taken care of after killing 9 probes. Reynor making even more. Here they come, and they burrow down next to this archery. And the choke point, not where you want to be with your Archons. MAXPAX trying to work around this, but I don't think he can. Buster Beam is not there anymore. Revelation, not there anymore. He needs, finally, another bit of energy to stop these Lurkers from killing the base. And they will indeed be stopped. Oh, that One-Eye Templar will survive, but this fella didn't. This is looking raw for MAXPAX. Just look at the army supply, the worker supply. Oh my goodness. Reynor chasing army around with so many Lurkers, and he might be able to walk around these ramps and get on the high ground. Immortals and Archons threaded down. Reynor takes the series.